Jesus. Honestly, I'm not even joking. I've never sweated so much in my life. They literally just took Emily's other fucking thing down. Emily, oh God, Emily Clark. I can't wait for you to meet her, guys. Like, this girl is different. She's on a different level. Hello, Ray. Emily Clark is one of the most frontlinest people I've ever seen. She's just amazing, guys. Like, you really have no clue about this lady until you meet her. But to the extent of what the hell we have had to do to get this. So they've took her, hey Rebecca baby, they took her Instagram down. I did it too. I had to put a VPN on to set this up. Luckily, bless her, she's just been able to log in to her old Instagram. Jesus, guys, if you understand how much they're trying to silence this woman, like, when she comes on today, like, I'm going to literally show you how much they are trying to silence her, and they are trying to, okay, that's not her. Sorry, Misty, I thought you were thingy then. Here she is. Request to join me, Em. Request to join me. Honestly, so much bloody anxiety to get this girl online. Oh, here she comes. Oh, honestly, like, my life is just different. Like, this woman is actually amazing. I am literally, again, just like Sam, I'm gonna shut up when she comes. Oh, mate, the amount of like that we've just had to go through to get you on here, it's actually insane.
The censorship it's criminal what they're doing to me, because it's not like I'm putting out false information. Okay, there's a little bit of information out there that's not in public domain, but it's what I feel the public should know about what's going on within Parliament, to be honest. So yeah, like we went through like a lot to get on here now, haven't we? And now we're here. I'm ready to let the world know exactly what is going on and what steps we're taking to.
Let's get you introduced so the people know exactly who you are, babe. I honestly.
I'm the founder of Save Our Children, the Protectors in Birmingham. I'm also governmental figure exposer of high profilers who have been convicted of a child sex crime, as well as I'm an international trafficked child rescuer as well. Currently, myself has been 547 children I've rescued so far, and currently that's ongoing. The organisation I work with, it goes into the thousands. And the kids that are rescued are children that basically they're made to order. So you've got high profilers who will order these children. Majority of them are refugee orphans. Majority of them are from care homes as well. I call them the forgotten children because not many people realise just how many of these children are actually being trafficked in and out of the UK, in and out of France, Greece, Italy, even down to Iraq as well. And I can't even explain the amount of things that happen to these children. I mean, you've got them trafficked for different purposes. You've got ones that are trafficked for organ harvesting, which is mainly their organs would be harvested after they've been abused. So they could have been used for like SRA, the sex trade, and sold on to many different people. And what happens is the life expectancy that we know of for a trafficked child is 7 years. So once they say they've been used up, they will then go on to sell that child for organ harvesting, which obviously the organisation that I've worked with has actually, they've done stings where it could be an abandoned warehouse. The seller in that abandoned warehouse, you've got live babies next to dead babies. You've got toddlers of all different ages, all different races, religions, and these kids are made to order. So one pair, I can give you one name now, which is Alec Atkins. He's a former councillor for Peterborough, and he was found to have 42,000 category A. Category A, people who don't know, is the worst kind of pictures and videos of children. He was part of the Shadows Brotherhood international ring, and these are the people who have actually put a hit on my head and shot at me because I was part of a sting which actually rescued over 50 children from them. And Mr. Alec Atkins was part of that international ring. So basically what they do is they will have the children on the streets of France. They will have,
Oh shit, she's
now you're
breaking up a bit,
talking
isn't she?
ages 7 to 10 years old, and they would actually be walking the streets just like any, you see these prostitutes in like of adult age walking the streets, they would actually have children walking the streets and being picked up. It's actually in plain sight if you know what
You
you're
see it in
looking for.
Thailand, don't you, babe? You see it in Thailand
Yeah.
like all the time, like it's prime. Yeah, sorry, babe. Honestly, I could
Yeah.
listen to you all
So,
day.
you know, when I say the forgotten children, you've actually
Mm,
got refugee orphans who obviously they've fled war. So they fled like Syria because there's war there, which obviously there's no secret. Our government, an
has
American
made it
government.
happen.
Yeah. So what happens is they're thinking they're coming to safety. Them kids will then obviously lose their parents on the way. You know, either they've been killed on the way or they didn't make it in some sort of a way. So that child's then an orphan. Then what happens is they'll be picked up by the smugglers, which these smugglers are human traffickers where they'll be paid to move families. But soon as they see that it's a child on their own, they'll then take that child and they'll auction it off to one of these high profilers, which is then you've got police officers, you've got school governors,
Yes,
councillors, MPs, even up to the royals. I mean, the evidence that we've
I'm
got on
glad
the
you said
royals
it.
is outstanding. And these kids will be ordered for these. The traffickers, they're just the middle people. They're not the higher up. They're the ones that are just getting the kids across to these people unnoticed. But you've got to think how many children have got to get across there. So, like, say we've got two girls now. We're in one of our safe houses. Now, them two girls was in a care home in Scotland. They was
Wow.
promised a ferry day out, right? So they're thinking, okay, they're going on a ferry day out. They're going to be over in France, and they're going to do a bit
Hmm.
of shopping and go back. They got into France. They're walking along. There's a bag put over their head, and they're through into a van. And then they were stuck in France for at least 3 years until one of my team members rescued them. Um, and then they told us they're actually British citizens. And when we actually tried to find any records of them here, you couldn't. The only way we was able to prove that they were British citizens was through a dentist. One dentist
Wow.
actually like a copy of their mouth and their mouth structure, their jaw structure, and this is how we was able to prove it in court and get these girls back over here. But the government didn't want to know. Theresa May, she actually laughed in one of our solicitors' faces and said that we're basically they're not British children. We're just trying to get some foreigners over here, but our country is full of them.
This
This
is
was
what
her.
it does my head in, honestly. You know, by the little, the people who literally like are like, oh, we don't welcome refugees here, and I'm just like, all of these people that are meant to be woke, and they know the setup that we've just said about the
Yeah.
English and about the American setup, and then they say, oh no, but we're not having anyone here, and it's like save our children. But how many? Like, I want people to understand when we say save our children, we mean all of them. We're not talking
Also,
about yes,
it's
babe.
like, how are you going to get African children in the middle of a camp in Iraq without it being noticed? How many governmental figures has that got to pass through for them kids to end up in the back of a camp in Iraq? Now, I don't, like I told you, didn't I, on call Samantha, about what happened to these kids? I
Mm-hmm.
couldn't go over there ever again because the torture, just because of the colour of the kid's skin, the torture a 2-year-old child I saw faced, that she was ripped from the inside out, and she must have went through weeks and weeks and weeks of torture and pain and rape before. Sorry.
No, it's okay, babe. Don't worry. Honestly, I'm so proud of who you are. Like, I just had to get you on here, because you're actually one of the most, like, for me, like, when I found out about you, like, I'm not inspired by many people, babe. Like, trust me, but you are one of the biggest frontliners that I know. Like, and I haven't even known you that long, but the way that I look up to you, like, and I feel like everyone needs to know how much they can do, because if anyone does enough, it's you, babe. Like, the things that you know, and it's criminal what they're doing to you, like how they're trying to stop you, and like all we're trying to do is make good. We don't want kids to be raped. No one does. Like, what the hell, man?
The
Oh,
reason
babe,
why
take
they're
the time you need.
doing so much now is obviously when I was going out and doing all of the groundwork, I wasn't on social media because I couldn't for my own safety. I couldn't let them put a face to the name. They've now got a face to the name, but not only that, because I can't get out because my youngest is so small now, I took it amongst myself to be a researcher as well. We've got a very high team who actually get in and get a lot of governmental figures' names who have been convicted of a child sex crime but still remaining in power. Up to now, we've got over 300 councillors and MPs still sitting in their seats, but have also been convicted of a child sex crime. Now, because I done a live and I outed at least 50 to 100 of them names, they've now completely banned me from Facebook. So all my devices are on a ban. My IP address is on a ban. And anytime I log into another account, I can't comment on no one's post. So I can get on the account, but I can't do anything on it.
This
so
is
they've
what they
completely
did. Even blocked me, babe. They're like, oh, you're affiliated. They knew I was affiliated with you. Like, they've just blocked 2 accounts. We've just been trying to make a new one now, me and Em. And luckily she's been able to log into her old one. But this is to the extent, guys, like, please use your head right now, your brain, and think, why are they trying to censor someone like Emily? Why are they taking stories like mine down? Like, why are they bad-minding Ella from the Hampstead cover-up and Samantha Baldwin? Why are they trying to make them look crazy? Like, they're the problem. Yeah. Like, think about it, babe.
But this is what I say to people. I say to people, if I'm lying, if this isn't happening, why wouldn't you let me continue to do it and then come and arrest me for slander? Because this isn't just over the road. I'm actually exposing very high up names. These are our government I'm exposing. So if I'm lying, you can have me done for slander. Why aren't you knocking on my door? Why aren't you breaking my door down and saying no? Because they know everything I've got is backed with evidence.
Exactly.
Right, in 2021, I will be exposing Boris Johnson for his crimes against children.
I was waiting for it, babe.
Him and his wife were both we've got him pictured on Halloween. The reason why he was late for his speech is because he was in the middle of torturing a child with his wife. Now, aren't they supposed to not be together right now? But we've got them pictured together torturing a child. You've got Matt Hancock, who's involved in the UK Pizzagate. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's literally...
I remember that, babe. What was it called again? It was like bomb something.
Something like that. Yeah. But the email he's got is he's actually ordering a pizza, which is really him ordering a child that costs £50,000. Tell me what pizza costs £50,000.
And how many pizzas? Like, how many pizzas they ordering, even for the whole of England, mate?
Gold. But with Matt Hancock as well, he likes to throw little boys' sex parties as well. So he's had a bit of surveillance put on him, where we know that he's actually been thrown parties where young little toddlers have been brought in there and not taken back out.
Oh, see what I mean?
We've been taken into these parties, but they're not coming back out.
And do you know what's funny? Like, babe, like, people are sat there waiting to listen to this man. Like, and people, like, honestly, like, I've got some pagans around me that are literally like, oh yeah, like taking the mick basically, and like being like, oh yeah, like this, and I'm just like, you are waiting to listen to a pedo from a programming box. Like, do you understand like what they are doing? Like, the man can't even brush his hair, never mind anything else. But this is, I just knew like 100% like how connected this was, and it doesn't take a genius to work out. Theresa May was trying to get the age lowered of consent. Does that not tell someone enough? Yeah. Like,
look at Harriet Harman. Harriet Harman, she's Jeremy Corbyn's boss. And Jeremy Corbyn, I am actually pictures with him in a camp in France where he said he was going to help. Now, after me interviewing him in France, I knew there was something dodgy about him. I can just tell these animals at the back, like, I just know straight away. So I go back, I do my research on Jeremy Corbyn. And what I find out is his boss is Harriet Harman, who's pro-paedophilia. Now, she's with all of these pro-paedophilia groups wanting to live, like, at first they wanted the age limited to 9 years old. Obviously they couldn't do that, so now they wanted to now they're saying 13. They're saying when a child And they are trying to push this through Parliament now as we speak. What else they're trying to push, like with this whole COVID agenda, what else they're trying to push through Parliament, what people don't know was, they're trying to push abortion through Labour. So you can go full term and you can have an abortion. But really, that's where SRA comes into it, because if you sacrifice a child still within the mother's womb at full term, that's the highest altar to a Satanist. So you've got to think, who the hell's going to perform these? It's a ritual, right?
Exactly.
An abortion at full term is a ritual. Now, I'm always pro-choice, me. I'm always like,
Same.
a woman's body is a woman's body. I am pro-choice. So you never know a woman's situation. She could have been raped or anything, and obviously the baby was the outcome. But at 9 months, I'm sure any mother, if she made that choice, she'd make that at least 12 weeks or something.
Babe.
But at 9 months, it's the highest sacrifice to a Satanist. It's the highest altar. Now, we've come on satanic grounds. We've actually found satanic grounds where we see that we've seen that babies have then being daggered in the heart and it's being ragged down, right? And that was they say that is the purest of the blood that they like, the adrenalized blood that they want. But really, you've got to think about it. A sacrifice within the mother's womb. Now, there's one woman we rescued in France, and her baby was raped while she was kidnapped, and she was pregnant. And what happened when we got to her too late, she'd actually gave birth, and they raped the baby while still attached to her through the umbilical cord. We got to her, we managed to save her, but obviously the baby was raped to death. So we got her into a hotel, into safety, and then the next day we found her hanging in the room because she couldn't live with the shit happened to her baby.
See, this is what I'm saying. This is what people don't understand. Like, this is such a cycle of abuse. It's constant. Like, most people can't live through this. That's why we look up to people like Jeanette Archer so much and just be like, wow, like my soul is soft compared to hers, babe. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like the one bill now I've got going through the House of Lords, which is basically it's called Stolen Innocence. I named that myself because it is stolen innocence. And what happens with that bill, it's mandatory life sentence for the life of a child. So a life for a life of a child is what's underneath it. And it just doesn't mean the murder of a child. It means the rape of a child, the exploitation of a child, the trafficking of a child, the grooming of a child. It's all in detail. Now, for me to back that up, what I did, I went and got over 500 interviews with homeless on the streets, and over 300 of them have all said they're homeless because they turn to drink and drugs because of childhood abuse, which obviously failed them. There's no plans, even still to this day, you haven't got the proper procedures to help a child who's being abused or exploited. You've got a lot of COVID test centres, but you haven't got the mental facilities for these children that have been abused.
Bravo,
where are they?
Bravo,
you've like killing themselves because they can't handle with the way the world is. When I was a child, you never heard of a child killing themselves.
I know, babe, child suicide has gone up now massively, and they're cutting youth services.
Instead of putting cuts on mental health facilities, they put, instead of building them up, they've put cuts on them, and you're seeing a lot more suicides. I know adult suicide is just as bad, but obviously with me working with children and stuff and me fighting for children, that's the one I'm going to fight for. And I will fight for more mental health facilities for children who have been abused, who have been neglected, and it may not be just trafficked and stuff, it could be in their own home. I want to them to be able to go to, and I will be opening the first one I'm going to open up is one in Birmingham, and I'm going to make sure I'm there, and I'm going to greet, and I'm going to hug, and I'm going to make sure every single child that passes through them doors is okay,
because we're going to support you, babe. We are going to support you. Like, you need it. I know that you've been doing so much by yourself, babe, and this is why, like, for me, and I know Alex is going to get you on as well, but I want you to get the army behind you that you deserve. Like, honestly, and like the the actual like pain in my heart just listening to you, just knowing what you have seen, what you have been through. Like this is why it's so important for me. You were the adamant one. Like I was like, I need to ask my missus. I was like, Emily Clark has got to get on. I was like, this girl you don't know about. Like I have never met anyone who's been on the front line as much as you. Like you're giving me life, babe. Like honestly, you need to honestly realize how amazing you are. Like I'm so grateful for you, babe. Like you in this world. I'm like,
my mum. That's what, when people say, why do you do what you do? How can you do it? And I say, because I look at my kids. I've got 5 kids, and I look at my kids and think, imagine one of my babies is in that situation. I would want someone to go and help one of my babies out of any situation that I've seen these kids in. Being a human, not many people are a human these days. You know, you've got people who walk past a homeless person and look at them like they're nothing. Do you know what I mean? You've got kids being abused and neglected in their own homes, and social services don't want to do fuck all about it, but then go and remove children from good homes back into abuse. Do you know what I mean? It's absolutely sickening. You've got kids that are having the best life with their mom and their dad, and then you've got social services forcibly adopting them children just because under the assumption that they may be abused later in life. Not they have under the, we're the only country actually that can remove a child under the assumption that a child can be abused. But then you have got kids that are being abused, are being neglected. Report after report after report is going in. Even schools are reporting it, but yet that child's still left in the care of their abusers, and the next minute you're seeing them dead. You know, you're seeing them dead on the news. It's like the one in Solihull down the road from me. I had the neighbour of I don't know if the name's if it's still going through court. You know, little Liam Fee, and his dad actually the neighbour heard his dad abusing him through the walls, and he was saying, "Daddy, stop! Daddy, stop!" And she'd reported this to social services and the police. The next week, she said she saw him on the news dead. Now, why the hell are you going to not target these families who, the public, okay, maybe one report, but if it could be a malicious person, I get that. But if you're getting 5 reports and the school is reporting this child's being neglected, why are you not going there to support that child and taking that child out of that situation? But someone's just mentioned Samantha Baldwin. I've read her book, and I swear my heart breaks for her, because you can just see the type of mom she is. You know, and look at her kids forcibly adopted.
We had her on just before you, babe, today.
Like, at the end of the day, it's all about saving. It's all about saving. You see, I don't like to say save the children, and I get to that because the Clintons, they fund that foundation.
Yeah.
I like to say saving our children, because our children is children around the world. You'll find out there's a lot. You know, UNICEF, I'm going to put it out there as well.
Yeah.
UNICEF is highly involved in the trafficking of children, and so is children. So with that money that you do not go to the helping these kids, you're actually funding child trafficking.
This is the thing, babe, and this is what they don't realise, like when they're there to help refugees and stuff. And this is why it's sad, because there is actually good people in these organisations. Oh, is that your babies?
Yeah.
They're the most protected babies in the world, I'm telling you right now. They are.
Can you imagine it? Can you imagine someone coming for my kids? Honestly, it'd be a little bit like the movie Taken, wouldn't it? You'd see me flying everywhere trying to find
you would be Neil, mate. I will find you and I will kill you, and I'll be on the phone with you, mate. Be like,
you know, right, Misty has just put NSPCC corrupted. Right, you know the NSPCC, Prince Andrew is the former ambassador of the Norfolk NSPCC.
Wow.
Everything, yeah. And also the NSPCC had a school governor work for them. Now, he's got a week actually to come and clear his name before I expose him. But they had a school governor working for them. They actually put, before Jimmy Savile died and it was heard about him, they put him ahead of 2 charities actually. So this school governor, he's got a week left. Just like Boris Johnson's gone until February to clear his name, Matt Hancock, Chris Whitty, they've all got till February. This is what I mean. By 2021, it's going to be explosive. You're going to see a lot of people standing down.
I'm so excited.
Prince Andrew definitely needs to be jailed. I mean, the amount of crap we've got on that, sorry about my friends, but that dirty
Babe,
fucking
fucking
monster,
cunt, mate.
honestly,
Honestly.
he is vile. It's not even him. You know, the whole royals are actually highly involved in it.
That's
And
what I
this is
mean.
why
I don't know how people can't understand that either. Like, again, I have people around like taking the piss, going, "Oh, the Queen sacrifices and eats babies." I'm like, mate, you better shut your mouth because I'm gonna dash you in it. Like, I swear to God, it literally makes me so mad. The fact that people have this much cognitive dissonance, and then I've got girls like you, Emily, on the front line, like speaking about this, like saying this isn't it. Like people like Ali, ex Odyssey, like she's in America. She spoke about the tunnels, spoke about the Joe Biden size of his dick. She's called him out. Like, how do you know the size of someone's genitals if you haven't been raped by them? Do you know what I mean? Like, she's openly said I was 14 and I was down the Disney tunnels. But for some reason, people just keep thinking that, you know, and I think it's just a spell. I was saying to Sam before, because Samantha Baldwin, come on, babe, before you had my powerhouse ladies on today.
It's it just all surrounds MK Ultra, doesn't it? They want you to believe what they want you to believe. They are manipulating your mind to tell you what is real. Where do you? Oh, she's asking where I share these exposures. I did do it on Facebook, but I'm currently banned, so I'm now setting up a Twitter account. So it should be on there. But what it is as well, the royals do have hunting grounds on their premises. And, these hunting grounds aren't like any other hunting grounds. They will release a load of children and they will hunt them down one by one. Now we've got an ex-politician that can verify that because they was asked to go. They were given VIP. Now this is an ex-politician, so you know it's legit. But what it is, when one, this is a little bit like when one falls out with one and when they want one out of their seat, that person will try and speak up about what they've seen and what goes on. The thing is now with the lords, every single lord that's sitting in their seat now is a Freemason and they're all highly involved in child sacrifice. You've got about one or two that's not, which is where that port goes through. And I could give you all the names now. I've got them all. If you want them all, you want some exposures?
Come on, babe. Let's have a couple of them. Let's bang.
Come on.
I'll give you some stuff. You don't understand about this lady, guys. Like, honestly, like anyone I've ever wanted to interview, it's this lady, Emily Clark, and ex Odyssey, Ali, who is the girl. I actually follow her as well. Like, she's on Instagram, and as I say, she's exposing the tunnels and stuff. We aren't playing no more. I told you on literally on the age of Aquarius, I felt it come inside of me, and I was like, the light workers are here, mate. And you know what? There is no way. Yes, babe. Remember the naked child, or whoever it was a naked person that come out of the palace. I'm so glad that this is all coming out now. And all these little people who work for the army and think that this is all good, working for the Queen, and honestly, and you're going to these countries where these kids are getting trafficked, you need to check your damn self, honestly. Zara, Caterpillar Freedom, make sure you follow that girl, guys. She has a really good interview with Ex Odyssey and she's using her platform for the good. Come on, Em. Give it to us, baby. We're ready. They ain't ready, but we are.
Oh. Yeah, we'll just that one first.
The Queen is satanic, my friend. 100%.
You'd be surprised how many.
Calvin. Literally, how long was your live the other day, babe? Wasn't it like 3 hours or something?
Now this is why they are trying to shut me up. Am I scared? No, I'm not. Don't ask me why I'm not scared. I should be, but I'm not.
Same. We ain't scared no more. The fear's gone, man. Like, we're scared for the kids. That's who we're scared for. Why should we be scared? Like, it's the poor kids that we need to be scared for. Oh, you are my saving light.
Because my fear is like a drop in the ocean. It's like a little pinch to what these kids feel.
Thank you.
You know when you go and you rescue a child and they know you're their safe haven and they're clinging onto you like this, and anytime anyone needs to grab them off you to get them into, and they don't want to let go. I've actually had kids under my top keeping them warm because hypothermia has set in because they've been tossed to the side because they've been used up. you know, so I've kept them in my, and then when it's time for that little toddler to have to go off me because maybe I need to go back to my hotel, or they've got to be passed on to a therapist or a doctor, and they don't want to let me go.
You are a warrior queen,
I won't let them go, and I won't. I'll keep holding them. I'll be like, you're going to have to assess the child. You're going to have to do whatever you've got to while she's on me, while he's on me. Because if they're feeling like they're safe with me and they're clinging on to me, that's my baby clinging on to me. You're not letting that baby go until they're ready to go.
Can you just say about how many kids that you've saved? Because I know that some of these people...
47. I've lost more than what I've saved because either sepsis kicks in, hypothermia kicks in, the drowning, like I told you, in the Mediterranean. What happens with the refugee orphans when the smugglers have got their hands on them and they get them like into the boats and they're ready to traffic them across the sea, across the Mediterranean, but we get intel that they're there. So we've gone in, they'll spot us straight away. Now that's when we have to put our engine on quick and get there because we can see them throwing these kids overboard so they can get away, knowing that we're going to go for these kids. The youngest I lost that was thrown into the Mediterranean was 6 months old. And I could not stop CPR on that 6-month-old. I was, you know, when they're telling you, Emily, she's gone, you need to stop. And I couldn't, because you look at that baby, you see your baby's face on that baby, and I couldn't. And I'm constantly, and I'm trying. And it's hard. But you know what gets me through it? The ones that are saved. Because you see, like I told you, we've got the one girl now. It was 4 years ago when I saved her. She's now in Oxford doing law. You know,
Sorry, we're just like... I knew I'd cry on your interview out of all of them. I just knew it.
We got her back. Out of over 100 kids that we believe are British citizens, our government only allowed 15 back here. So we've got the rest are still in our safe houses abroad.
And we're expected to listen to these motherfuckers to tell us what to do. Oh.
We've got a 16-year-old lad, Tom, who's in one of the safe houses in France, and he can't even walk out the door because they've embedded it in his brain that if he comes out, they're going to shoot him in the head. And he's that petrified. He still will not go out of that door. He can't, and he's 16. And this was 5 years ago. He was rescued. So 5 years on, he still can't go over that threshold because they've made him believe so bad that if he does, they're going to shoot him in the head. And that's why he's the oldest one we've got there, and he's 16. And you know what? He's the loveliest lad ever. He loves his artwork. Just have a load of art stuff dropped off so I can post it over for him. But you know what it is? This isn't going to stop until people do wake up and see what's happening.
Know,
it won't. It's going to stop, but we can make it easier. We can actually get a lot of children to safety if people just stop focusing on stuff that don't really matter and focus on what matters. I mean, these are our next generation. This is our future. These are our babies. They might not be your flesh and blood, but they could be someone who could be going on to be a doctor in the future and save your flesh and blood's life. You don't know. We need to, honestly, I never do this for an ego thing. I never do this for profit. I've never took a penny for what I do. It's always been charity. I started off by being an aid worker in Calais, working for Calais Refugee Aid. I just was going over delivering aid to the refugees over there. And then another organisation got onto me and was like, oh, yeah, so you've been doing this, but we see the kids really like you and trust you and stuff. Would you like to join us? And I done it in a beat. You have to have 6 months training. You do your 6 months training and then that's it, you're out. And I won't stop it now. I love it. Every single child's life saved is something where I feel good. I feel like, you know what, that's my purpose in life.
Yes.
You know, because when you see a genuine smile come on their face after all the tears you see, I mean, the tears of joy that you just rescued them, it's a lot different to that smile when you go back to them, when you've come home and then you go back out and you see that child that was clinging on to you, but they're there and they're playing with the toys freely. They spot you and they run up to you and give you that hug. That is the best feeling you could ever, that's worth more than any money in the world. It really is. But
Babe, everyone's so proud of you. Like, just so you know, like, everyone's like showering you with love. And honestly, guys, this is why I needed to get her on. Like, this girl had to come on to, like, and we went through big extents to get Emily on. But you have never met a girl like Emily in my life.
Do you want politicians? Do you want police officers? Do you want judges? Do you want justices or QCs? What do you fancy?
I fancy a bit of the politicians, but guys, what do you think? Like, what would you like? Because I'm up for a bit of police. I'm up for a bit of the politicians. I mean, I just love you for having that big notepad right there with all these names on it. You're fucking brilliant, mate. Honestly. I was sat there on your live though, babe, and I was literally like making notes. I was like, yes, I am going to be
politicians. I will give you the politicians. Can I ask one person though, right? Is anyone lost anyone from the arena bombings? Because do you know who you look at into that?
Is that the American? Is that the Manchester babe? Like when it was the Ariana Grande?
Manchester arena bombings. You know former Lord Mayor Andy Burnham? He's the mastermind behind. He's the Lord Mayor of Manchester. Now he's behind the rape, the murder of hundreds of children, and basically Greater Manchester covers it all up. So Lord Mayor, and he's the former Mayor of Manchester, Andy Burnham. He's the mastermind behind the arena bombings.
Wow.
Yeah, we've got all I'm going to give you is politicians now, getting them all together.
Because you had a few, I remember when I was listening and you were saying a few councillors and stuff and
charities. Can I just go through them all? Are you all right for me to go through them all?
How many is there? Yeah, I mean, we got time. We might as well.
Guys, I won't go through every single one. I'll get a good few out.
Right, I'm saying, get me popcorn out. Do you remember what I told you guys? I'm getting me popcorn. I'm just waiting.
That one. Right.
I love it.
So, let me get to the start.
Are the comments coming up for you, Em? Because people have
said like so driving them to remote spots. So you're there we go. That one goes there. Sorry, I'm just getting them all together.
No, don't worry.
So I can get all said how they should.
Em, can you see people's comments? Because I can't see them.
Yep. Assaulting a girl more than Live them. Yeah, got ya. Right, let's do this before they cut ya, because they might cut ya. They're always fucking cutting me. So let's go.
I think people have been stopped commenting, babe. I think they've stopped comments from coming on. Can you see any?
Huh?
Can you see any comments? Because I feel like people have stopped commenting.
Yeah, you've gone really low though. I can't really hear you.
Have you? Have I? Oh, it doesn't matter. We want to hear you anyway, so we're good. Right.
Oh God, right. Oh shit. Sorry, excuse my French. Right, let's just right. Right, can anyone hear me so I can just get going? I just need to see that everyone can hear me.
I can hear you, babe.
Can you?
Yeah, I can hear you. Because people's comment, I feel like they've stopped comments from happening, you know.
Sounds fine. Okay, right, I'm going to go.
Go.
Right, you've got Stratford-upon-Avon Tory Party councillor Christopher Pillington, convicted of downloading Category A child rape on his PC. He was placed on the sex offenders register and forced to resign. He had no jail time at all. Right? Yeah, you want to write them down? I'll give you a little minute to get a pen. I need a fag, so... Can you see? Yeah, Lizzie, I can see you, darling.
I can't see.
I can see.
Okay, good. That's all that matters, because I can't see comments. But I'm in here. It's about Emily. This one.
No way, cut off. What do you mean? Am I cut off? They are going to try and cut it soon, though. So I need to just get it stuck in. You got your pen?
Do. I got it. Councillor.
So Stratford-upon-Avon Tory party councillor Christopher Pillington was convicted of downloading Category A child rape on his PC. He was placed on the sex offenders register and forced to resign, so no jail time for it. Tyneside, Christopher Morgan. He was forced to resign after being arrested twice in 2 weeks for indecent assault on a 15-year-old girl and suspicion of downloading child rape. So he assaulted this girl twice in 2 weeks. First time he got arrested after assaulting her, they let him go. He assaulted her again, got arrested again, forced to resign, no jail time. So that was Tory party mayor of North Tyneside, Christopher Morgan.
Christopher Morgan. Bloody
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, babe.
Right, okay. Labour councillor of Newton, Aycliffe, Martin Loughlin, convicted and jailed for 15 years for abusing 3 14-year-old boys, sodomised them.
What was his name, babe?
His name, Labour councillor of Newton, Aycliffe, Martin Loughlin.
Loughlin. Lovely. Get some names down, guys. Christopher Morgan.
Right, you've got Labour councillor of North Lincolnshire, David Spooner.
David Spooner.
He was convicted and jailed. Now, where I told you about the 1 year, 1 month, basically they only get, if they get less than 1 year and 1 month, they're allowed to stay in power. He got 1 year for masturbating in front of 2 young boys.
Wow.
So it wouldn't surprise me if he remains in power after. So that, sorry, where are you up to? Martin Loughlin, Newton Aycliffe, and then you've got Labour councillor of North Lincolnshire, David Spooner.
Lovely.
You got it?
Yeah, I got these. Don't worry, guys. I will be posting all of this.
Right, Labour mayor of Lancashire, Nicholas Green, convicted and jailed for 10 years for 3 rapes and 13 counts of indecent assault on little girls aged between 6 and 10 years old.
Oh, fucking disgusting.
So that's Labour mayor of Lancashire, Nicholas Green. He got 10 years for 3 rapes and 13 counts of indecent assault on little girls aged 6 and 10 years old.
13 accounts, you know. Mate, this is
A former Wirral Tory councillor, Ian McKellar, spent hours downloading child abuse images while his wife and 2 kids slept upstairs. He received no jail time.
Oh, what? Are you mad, bro?
So while he's got a wife and 2 kids, while he's got a wife and 2 kids, he spent hours downloading child abuse images.
Wow. This is what the scary thing is, though.
And that is Ian McKellar.
Can
someone write these names down, like, as I say them, so if anyone needs to look them up, they can. Then you've got former children minister, so a children's minister, and before that, a chair of the campaign for civil liberties, Harriet Harman, Jeremy Corbyn's boss.
We know her.
She collaborated with the Paedophile Information Exchange and other paedophile art activist groups to legalise. So she wanted to legalise online child abuse images and movies. Now, basically, that's her saying she wants to legalise child rape, basically, because how are you going to get the images and the movies without a child being raped?
This girl needs absolutely dead in. Ian McKellar.
Right, next one.
Oh my angels. Oh, could everyone hear well, you know they're gonna try and do this, guys. Listen, like when I post this live, save it as well. Yeah, they're gonna try and cut her. Can everyone hear? Can everyone hear her? Like, or is it just me? Yeah, she's cut off, hasn't she? Fuck.
Just for Hollywood.
Wait, you there? There she is. Hey, you're such a G. You here?
Are they got me already?
Yeah, they're trying to freeze you, babe, but you're back now.
Right,
We got you.
One. Did you get the one up there?
Harriet Harman?
No, the one after that.
No.
Oh, is that the one they want me to shut up on then? Okay, I'm going to give you that one. John Smart, age 48, right? He was a preacher and he stood as a Conservative for Holyrood. He was jailed for 8 years for a 15-year campaign of child abuse. He preyed upon 3 victims during the Edinburgh City mission. He began abusing one when they were 3 years old. So a little boy.
Mate, honestly, string
Little
these cretins up, mate.
Sorry about my French. So yeah, John
No, don't worry,
Smart.
babe.
Thank you. Right, next one, Michael Robinson, Conservative, age 59. This former Conservative councillor was branded a menace to women who were young. He was sent to prison for a series of sex attacks of one of his victims who was 15 years old. But yeah, a menace to women. I'm sorry, I'm sure she's a child. But that's how they labelled
women.
it.
Why do they say that? Yeah,
Exactly.
that's what the way their language is very smart. What they do, like it's like stop saying that it's like a sex with a minor. It's child rape.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Right, Susan Smith, age 33, Labour, former Labour councillor, and her partner who had transgender. Susan Smith and her partner. So she's Labour councillor. Her and her partner terrified a 15-year-old for a 3-in-the-bed sex session. She was a member for St Martin's Ward in the London Borough of Lambeth. Right, wow. So next one as well, Michael Cunningham, who is a member of the SDLP, that's Social Democrat and Labour Party from Northern Ireland, pled guilty to 13 charges of child abuse, and he has indecently assaulted 2 girls aged 6 and 7 years old.
Oh, what a sick fuck. Honestly, I can't wait, man. Bring hangings back. Fucking string them up, mate. I swear to God.
Like when people say, people say you want to, they should be castrated. These sick fuckers will still use their hands. You can't just castrate them. You need to take the hands with them, the mouth with them, everything. They will use, there's whole parts of their body that they use on kids. They're hanging. You cannot rehabilitate a paedophile. You can't do it. It's impossible. Do you know what I mean? Once they've got tendencies in their brain, that's it. They're going to fucking do it. Sorry, excuse my French again.
No, honestly, I ain't that. I'm not down because when people be like, oh, they've got mental health, I'm like, you've got mental health, thinking that they've got mental health. Anyone that acts on touching a child, murk them. But to me, like, I'm like, put them in with the bigger boys, drop some soap, boys, let's have some fun. If my taxpaying money's going to pay.
You need to get rid of the non-swings, like, fucking hell. Like, why are you protecting them? You're not protecting these victims, are you?
Exactly.
Do you know,
you don't protect us.
It's like when they get released under a different name, different area. They could be moved next door to a house full of kids.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? To re-offend under a different name because legally they're that person then. Do you know what I mean? They like whatever name they've been changed to, their old life is gone. So you're not like, unless a police officer looks into their past, no one's going to know who they are and what they've done to protect their kids. It's sickening. So next year we get the parliamentary candidate of Cheshire, Paul Diggett, was involved in an investigation into the alleged procurement of underage girls for sexual purposes. He's done this on internet rooms, so always watch your kids when they're on the internet.
Yes,
Diggett had admitted in underage girls that he was grooming for sex. He was convicted of making and distributing child abuse pictures.
Wow, Paul Diggett. Karma's coming for you, motherfucker.
Using a clean slate to carry on abusing. And do you know why they do it? Because they are, like, it's like Mark Feely. That why is he not in prison? Because these are a cover-up. These are what they want you to focus on. So you don't focus on these fuckers. So these all get away with their shit. That's what it is. Right,
while Theresa May was doing all that, it's a joke. Literally, she was still at MP, wasn't she?
Age 70, was jailed for indecently assaulting a girl more than 14. I mean, at the age of 14, more than for 4 years. Now there's another one here. An agent of leading Labour MP Christopher Bryant, Stephen Cornell, was jailed for 3 years for having Category A, the most serious, and what police said to have been the most disgusting rape they have ever seen. He was a school governance chairman as well.
Wow.
So really look at the school governors because what I know of, they actually place themselves around children, and it's more than likely around your schools.
Yes. Babe.
So you've got to look at the background. You can ask to have a look at the background of your school governors.
you can actually get that. So that is the agent of leading Labour MP, Christopher Bryant. His agent is Stephen Carnell. Now, Christopher Bryant's name's being mentioned twice in there, so he's highly involved. A former councillor, Nathan Bale of Cornwall, viewed indecent images of children for over 8 years. He was only ordered to attend a sex offenders programme after considering suicide.
Oh,
that one wound me up because I seem to think. Did I just get cut?
Say that again. Yeah, again. Yeah. She's like, I know they're doing it now. I love it.
That's the former councillor, Nathan Bale. Lovely. Right, it's B-A-L-E, by the way, people. He was viewed indecent images of children for over 8 years. He was only ordered to attend a sex offenders programme after considering suicide. Now, the reason why that one pisses me off is because what about the kids that he's just abused? What about the kids that he's watching and stuff? How do you know they haven't committed suicide? You know, where's their justice? Why the hell are you going lenient on him? Never go lenient on a paedophile, because once they get away with it one time, they'll go more extreme the next time. Like I said, there's no rehabilitation for these fuckers. Right, chairman of a children's committee, Mark Burton, age 43, he was responsible for the welfare of children. He was responsible for children's welfare. He was jailed for 22 months after taking advantage of a 15-year-old girl following a drunken party. He was also found with child abuse images. So that is Mark Burton, a Darlington councillor. Right, William McCorsiton, age 77, a former SDLP councillor from Londonderry, was given a probation. Right, shit. There we go. He was given. Need to make sure I'm doing this right. Yeah, he was given a probation for molesting an 11-year-old girl and an 11-year-old boy, and threatened the boy's mother to hide his crime. He attempted to rape the boy twice.
Oh man, pop, pop, pop. Manchester comes out Northerner, Chelsea smile time, like boom. So it's a cold.
Sorry, I've just moved myself a little bit, so.
These little motherfuckers, man. And honestly, guys, this is why we have to support people like Emily, and people share the shit out of this. Get people, when I post it, let people understand who Emily is, because people need to understand about what work that she's doing, how we can get involved in work like this, and most of all, get the noise out there, man. Scream with us about this stuff. Like, this is no joke anymore. Like, when you see me on my lives getting rattled, it's because of shit like this. Like, I'm mad.
No.
I absolutely love this girl. Like, you don't understand how much love I have for her. Right. Yeah, I'm thinking about. Well, you know what? We need a protest for the kids again, and then everyone needs to come. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I feel like everyone needs to get a protest together for the kids. Last time we did it. Yeah, go on, babe. They didn't come.
A young Tory, Alistair Coolin, aged 27, who wrote for the Conservative Home website and campaigned for our Prime Minister Boris Johnson, was jailed for 5 years after downloading Category A, very sickening child abuse videos and films. Some of the videos contain girls as young as 5 years old. He also downloaded bestiality videos. So obviously people abusing animals as well. Now that is your campaigner for Boris Johnson.
So what's his name? Alistair Cooley?
Alistair Coolin, age 27. He wrote for the Conservative Home website and campaigned for Boris Johnson as well.
Oh, I'm going to have some fun tomorrow, guys. Gonna have some fun.
This one? Let's give you this one too.
Now everyone knows this. We need to spread this everywhere, guys, as well. This information now. This is put down lightly.
Okay. Poor kid who waited on the royal family for 9 years. First serving the Queen at Buckingham Palace, and then her mother was a serial child abuser who molested a number of boys over a 30-year period. He even stood election as a UK Independent Party. Now he's abusing little boys for 30 years. Well done. Sorry.
No, don't be, babe.
For 30 years, right, he abused boys, but yeah, he waited on the Queen and her mother for 9 years at Buckingham Palace, and you're telling me they didn't know fuck all about it?
Ain't it, babe? Sorry about the Kamloops kids. They didn't put that in the history book, so did they, about the Kamloops kids? You know what I mean? Kept that bit out, didn't they? Fucking
Right.
dickheads, man.
We've got Labour councillor of Newham, Londonderry, Greg Vincent, was convicted of possession of category A child rape images and films featuring children as young as 8. Now, this one, there was a photo. I've seen the photo. And it was a naked 10-year-old. She was bound to a beam. So say like this chair is the beam, and her hands are behind like this tied. She's wearing nothing but a dog collar.
Oh, fucking hell.
She also had pandy eyes as well.
I can't, man. Like, honestly, like, this is why we have to do this, guys. Like, this isn't a fad. And the only reason people aren't supporting Save Our Children is because your fucking TV is not telling you to. But you support Black Lives Matter, won't you? And I love it when people just pop up just for silly little things just because the TV told them to. Like, I've been protesting for years, man. I haven't seen half of them out doing nothing. Like, I'm done with it, me. I'm so done. Like, babe, what was that guy called, sorry, who was working for the Queen?
Which one?
The one who was working for the Queen.
Oh, Paul Kidd.
Paul Kidd, lovely.
So Paul, Paul, and then Kidd, Kidd.
Lovely, got it.
Well, I need to find the other part of this.
So she knows, by the way, sorry, someone put, how do you know? So Rimo Money, whatever your name is, lovely. She knows because of the organisations that she'll be working for. Guys, obviously, if you've just joined us, this is Emily Clark, who is my frontliner.
Because we have a very, very good tech team. There's also, some of these are in public domain, which you can find, but you won't find unless you know what you're looking for as well.
Yeah.
And then some of them, I mix them up. So just to cover my back, obviously, some that aren't in public domain, I'll have to mix them in. Even though I'm not the one that does the hacking into the databases, they can still come for me. So, but I get sent these to come out with because it's something that just needs to be out there, really. Right, you've got prominent Labour Party activist Mark Tan, got a 15-year sentence for raping a 4-year-old boy and a 2-year-old girl on 2 separate occasions. So that is prominent Labour Party activist Mark Tan.
Is it T-A-N?
4-year-old girl on 2 separate occasions.
Activist, you know, how dare he? That's my label, activist. Are you mad thinking that you can take that
prominent
label?
Labour Party activist Mark Tan.
Wow.
Right, the entire, this one, you want to listen to this one. Anyone that supports Labour, this is why I'll never support a party in my life now.
Well,
the entire Labour Party conspired to conceal the activities of Labour Party activist and serial child molester Mark Trotter, who died of AIDS before he could be convicted. Now, that isn't even the most of it. You know, Mark Trotter was paid by social services to infect 100 children with AIDS, right, in a certain care home. I'm not allowed to mention that care home. There has been a gag put on that one.
Okay.
But he was paid to infect 100 children of AIDS in this care home before he died of AIDS. And one of the kids that he infected also died of AIDS, but they didn't convict him because they couldn't find the link. How the fuck are you finding a link between this man having AIDS and a child having AIDS?
Mark, you know. Trotter or Trodder? Is it?
Trotter.
Yeah, lovely.
Trotter.
Thank you, babe.
Look, he's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting.
I can't believe, and this is what I'm saying, the whole Labour Party, this is what I mean. Like, I used to think that, honestly, I'm taking my picture down of Corbyn because I actually thought that, like, you know, I'll be honest as well, so I understand how people can be under the spell, but, like, I literally did think, oh, he was doing the apartheid back in the day, and then I'm just like, no, Sam. You should know now, if they have to get to a certain position of power, they have to have a little gagging order on themselves, do you know? Because if you get there, you know yourself, don't you? Like, when you get so high up, like
no, about what I've got here about does everyone know about Tony Blair? Does anyone know about his past?
Tell us, because I know he's a cretin, but please tell us, because I can't wait for this one.
Covered up paedophile rings while he was Prime Minister. He is said to have put a D notice on a list of MPs being investigated or discussed in the mainstream media.
right? The D notice is the 100-year Secrecy Act, right? Which is basically any MP, some of these, or anybody who's in a position of power, being investigated about a child sex crime. There's also other crimes on there, but basically what that D notice is, it will never come in public domain. Now, Shirley Oaks Care Home got their hands on on this 100-year Secrecy Act, and they were paid 100 million to hand it back over and keep their mouths shut, and they accepted it. That just shows how much care homes care about kids.
Exactly.
Right?
Follow the money trail, mate. Like, that's all you have to do.
Tony Blair was convicted at Bow Street Magistrates in 1983 for importuning men for indecent acts and was only fined £50. That itself should have stopped him from becoming an MP, never mind Prime Minister.
Wow.
In 1983, I've got the Magistrates Court, Bow Street Magistrates. He was convicted there. How the fuck did he become Prime Minister of this country when he's importuning men for indecent acts in public toilets?
Ew. Ew.
He's also pictured with Jimmy Savile.
Shock.
Harriet Harman as well. And there's a lot of stuff there, like there's a few people where he's mentioned with. So I want to get up and I can't fucking find them, but I'll get them. But yeah, let's carry on these ones anyway, and then I'll go back to the as I go down. Labour Councillor of Manchester, George Harding, charged with indecent assault on a girl at the age of 12. So indecently assaulted a girl aged 12. And then you've got Councillor Barnes, North Staffordshire. He had 7 charges of child rape against him. So 7 charges of child rape. Councillor Barnes.
Councillor Barnes.
And you've got Labour Councillor and former Mayor of Cheshire, Liam Temple. He offered to give a 12-year-old money to let him touch her.
Ew. Oh, mate, I swear to God, should we all just go to like number 10 now and burn it like Guy? Where happened to Guy Fawkes, man? Where when we need him now? Literally.
The Councillor of Durham, Les Shepherd, convicted of 10 counts of indecent assault on young girls. For 2 years, he lured his victims into his gold Porsche before driving them to remote spots where he would then subject them to sickening sex acts. After his arrest, he told police, "I love women." And guess how old his women were? 9 and 13 years old.
Oh, they're not women.
Durham, Les Shepherd.
Les Shepherd, got it.
Labour Councillor of Nelson, of Berkshire, Nelson Bland, convicted of 16 counts of possession and distribution of Category A child rape. He was only sentenced to community service. He used his own daughter's computer. He used his own daughter's computer to make the downloads.
Oh man, these people are sick, bro. They are fucking twisted.
They hold no boundaries. If they can't give a shit about their own daughter's computer, what makes you think they give a shit about this country? Do you know what I mean? They don't give a shit about anyone but themselves and filling their own pockets and fulfilling their own disgusting desires. That's it. Labour Councillor of London, Sam Chowdhury, due to become Merton's first Asian mayor, was tried and convicted of multiple sex attacks on young girls, one being 5 years old.
Oh, you motherfuckers. I swear to God, honestly.
London's first, Merton in London's first Asian mayor. I can't say it, mayor.
Sorry, Asian mayor. Yeah. What's his name, babe?
London and Merton, Sam Chowdhury.
Sam Chowdhury.
So, Sam Chowdhury was tried and convicted of multiple sex attacks on young girls, one being 5 years old.
Oh, the little... Oh, I swear to God, this is the uprising. Someone said, welcome to 2021. Welcome to the age of Aquarius, where we don't allow this kind of darkness to penetrate the shit out of us anymore. Be prepared, because we are the army that is coming. Like, they have no idea. Divine feminine is here, my friend. It's about time guys start to step up as well. I ain't seen no one guy step up just yet, apart from Paul Boys. He's doing bits. Shinny's doing bits as well. But yeah, we need to start talking more. And guys, we need to get all of these names out as far and as wide as possible.
A few sitting MPs' names, but they didn't come from me because I shouldn't be putting them out, but I'm gonna. Can't give you their I can't tell you what they've done. I can't give you what they've done yet. That's coming out in 2021, but I can give you names.
Names, please.
We've got Labour Councillor of Leeds, Lee Benson, convicted of 12 counts of indecent images in children as young as 5 and 11. Labour Councillor of South Wales, Leston Davies, jailed for 7 years for repeatedly raping a 9-year-old girl.
What was his name, babe? Sorry.
Leston Davies from South Wales.
Davies, Wales. No, sorry, you did say no. Oh, right. Bloody hell, guys. Are you ready? Are you ready for this to go down? Because it's bubble on me fitted.
I'll give you these ones to you, yeah, and then I'm going to give you some sitting MPs. Northwest Regional Officer, Labour Party official and parliamentary advisor to the Home Office, Peter Tuffley, convicted in jail for 15 months for the molestation of a 13-year-old boy he groomed over the internet.
I always tell parents, look at what your kids are doing. But I'm not being funny, they were grooming kids on MSN. I got groomed on MSN, mate. I had people sending me pictures of their genitals. You need to watch what you're doing. There's Satanists all over TikTok, all over Instagram. Sorry, babe, say that again.
This selective eyes has asked for any Conservatives. I've just given loads of Conservatives. I'm just moving on to Labour now.
We've got loads, babe.
A few Conservatives. They're all in on
Michael Robinson.
Parties are just a distraction from what they're right. I'm going to tell you, right, you know, a politician is not elected in, they are selected. Your vote does not count, they are selected.
I did not vote for Boris Johnson or Theresa May or Tony Blair. Like, no. We do not want these motherfuckers in. And you know what? This is what I keep saying before. Like, why are you sat at your programming box waiting for a nonce to tell you what to do? Like, come on. Like, aren't we bigger than this now?
Yes, D-Patriots, exactly. Both satanic. A lot of them are all Freemasons, trust me. If you actually read some of the men I read, you will be sick. I don't know how I don't throw up on some of this stuff. You've got Labour Councillor of Newham, London. Greg Vincent was convicted of possession of Category A child rape images and films featuring children as young as 8. I think I gave them out. Yeah, so let me give you some sitting MPs, but like I said, yeah, they didn't come from me, even though I'm giving them out on this live, but I don't give a fucking shit anymore.
They didn't come from me, but you know. Yeah, her name's not Emily, by the way, guys.
You know what? They tried to shut me up, so I'm coming out with them all.
In it, why, motherfuckers, I don't know who they think they are. Like, this is pure activism.
Right, if I get arrested, because they'll probably fucking come for me, because actually I'm a threat to national security and I'm a level 4 terrorist. So,
what day is it of the year? The 3rd or something? Mate, we're just getting started. You ain't got no clue.
Right, have we got anyone from
keep going, Emma. I'm just going to need to get a drink. Yeah. Keep going, babe.
No, because it's like he's got time. Lichfield. Anyone from Lichfield? Michael Fabricant. He's involved in child sex crime ongoing right now. He's a sitting MP. Conservative. I think he is a Tory. Definitely a Tory. Yeah. Right. Do you want to know why Ellie probably, you know Ellie Williams from Barrow? Do you want to know why things aren't being dealt with for her? Because they're sitting in pig, Simon Feld is highly involved in a child sex crime as we speak, and he's still sitting in his seat.
Oh my God, what's his name, babe?
So that was Simon Feld, Barrow and Furness. He's involved in sex crimes. Right, SRA to be precise. Richard Graham from Gloucester. He's also involved in child sex crimes as we speak as well. I know what the crimes are, I just can't come out with them right now, but 2021 it will be. They've all been given time to come and clear their name. Okay. Now, there weren't massive arrests in their seats. These little names I'm giving you now, I can only give you a few, but there's a lot to come out in 2021. Right? A lot. Let me just tell you, there's more than 300 MPs and councillors.
So excited.
You've got more than 300. No one's going to no, Lou. Not yet, anyway. Not until. But you know, even if they would get arrested, they get a slap on the wrist. That's the sad thing about it. So, Jonathan Gullis from Stoke-on-Trent North. He's also involved as well. To be precise, these are all Satanists. And then I'll give you Greg Hands from Chelsea and Fulham. So, they're just some of the names I'm going to give you for now of sitting MPs. But like I said, there's a lot of names there.
No. This is no joke anymore, guys. This is why we need to break this system down. This system does not serve us. It's never served us. It's run by Satan.
You know,
people need to realise it.
You need to just go and move that one file. Because it's live. I need to. Because this one I brought especially for your live right now. These ones are all right here. This one's not.
Oh, just for me, baby. We will never fear these rats. Yes, Jenny, exactly. That is exactly why they're there. Honestly, this is what Emily was saying, the forgotten children. They do this. Now, there's amazing people within the social services, but as I was saying with Sam, like, as soon as people get into positions of power that are Satanist, trust me, it's absolute joke for me.
I'll give you some judges.
Oh, yes, judges.
Let's give you some of the judges. Senior Circuit Judge David Selwood was arrested by Hampshire police on charges of having child abuse images and videos on his computer. His credit card was linked to the child abuse website, so on the black market. All them sites that are on there.
Yeah, dark web.
That's the black market. What the fuck am I chatting? On the dark web, there was a child porn site and I hate that term, child rape site.
Rape site.
His credit card was linked. This judge presided over trials involving paedophiles. He often covered cases in the Portsmouth Crown Court. He was due to answer bail before Bow Street Magistrate Court before he retired on health grounds. He retired with a pension of $33,000 a year. He received a lump sum of $74,000. The Lord Chancellor's Department said they had no legal powers to forfeit the pension. The case was later discontinued because he was unwell.
Wow. Judge David Selwood, mate, honestly, your head needs to be on a platter. Like, what the
Judge
fuck?
Martin Bowley quit his post after his toy boy, as they call him, who he liked to spank, came with allegations that the affair started when he was under the legal age, 15 to be precise. He had an office, and he was a QC in the King's Bench Walk, London. So a 15-year-old boy he had an affair with, who he liked to spank, apparently. Justice Bean on the Queen's Bench.
Oof, 1 minute, Queen Bench, let me write this one down.
Highly involved in Pizzagate and cocaine.
Pizzagate is real. Pizzagate is real. Anyone who denies it pisses me off.
Cocaine as well. He also stole from the evidence room, so he stole money to fund his pizza and cocaine addiction.
Ew.
He had a long line of complaints made against him for being drunk and coked up on the job, but they magically disappeared.
What's his name, babe?
Oh, shit. David Bean.
David Bean, lovely. Thank you, babe.
Queen's Bench. He's on the Queen's Bench.
Queen's Bench, lovely. Fucking Lizzie.
Manchester Court. Judge Lindsay Kushner. She's highly involved in the trafficking of children, and she's a high-degree Freemason as well.
Fucking, this is what I mean, man. Like, they just don't realise that they're fucking dotted everywhere. We was lucky to have a good judge for our court case, but we just know that literally there is these cretins all everywhere. And this is facts. All of it, like, literally, this is all facts what Emily's saying right now. Like, it's not a joke.
I love the way you jot that down.
What?
He's just like, yeah. You've got your little brain going on.
I swear to God, honestly, connect the dots on a different level.
Them down when they come into me so quick. I'm like, you felt it, write it down, okay, it's done. Because as soon as it comes, it gets wiped as quick as it comes. These aren't in public domain. These judges are not in public domain. These are actually databases that get sent to me quickly and then they get wiped. So this one, Judge Neil Davey, he's a QC. Bradford Crown Court, retired after 5.5 years after he was fully exposed for his trafficking behaviour. Also involved in Freemason rituals.
Judge Neil what?
So that QC Neil Davey, born in Bradford, and he was born Bradford, and he was Bradford Crown Court as well.
Lovely.
Now you got Liverpool QCs, Judge David Aubrey and Clemens Goldstone, highly involved in human trafficking with a fondness of young boys and girls. He attended regular child sex parties. Right, there's another one somewhere. Get him. Where are you? Let me get him up. Oh, anyone from Yorkshire? You've got West Yorkshire Police Chief John Roberts. He was reported on several occasions, however, nothing was done for his involvement in child trafficking. Also, he's one of the highest paid of commissions to uphold the COVID-19 agenda. The
He's
total
still in the
that he
police
has,
now?
yeah, the total he's made is estimated at 25 million.
Money
For the whole
talks,
COVID.
guys. Isn't it funny how money talks? All small businesses are closed though, aren't they? Okay, now, man. How much
You've
do
got
these people gonna get?
senior Freemason Baron Thomas. Was moved to Wales after he was fully exposed for human trafficking and having child sex parties with his fellow judges. He keeps retiring. Every time he's exposed, he keeps retiring, but yet still he's not being accountable for his actions.
What was his name?
You've got
Sorry.
Lady Black of Derwent and Lord Lloyd Jones. Lady Black of Derwent, Lord Lloyd Jones, and Lord Briggs. So all them three lords, right, of Westbourne. Now every university that said they've attended, I've got no record of them attending that university. So that means they've all paid for their titles. So they got their titles through their Freemason brethren and bloodline and presidential favours.
Wow.
And they're all highly involved in SRA.
And people think that satanic ritual abuse isn't real, you know.
Another Lord Justice Peter Gross has been watched, so he's had surveillance on him and found to be abusing little boys. He's guilty of murder and rape of young uns during rituals. He also tossed the bodies of these children over his fellow judge Ian Dyson's yacht. So they all have yachts and they throw the babies over them overboard.
Wow. See what I mean? Like, honestly, like it's actually just sickening. It really is. These people that have money and little islands, little yachts, like, disgust me, man. I don't know about you guys, but it's putting a bit of fire in my belly. Mate, I'm ready to take this. Honestly, this year, they ain't ready. They don't know what the fuck is coming. They've ignited us all, mate. And this is going to wake up a hell of people. Like, literally.
You want to hear this one? This is another children's home one. A former assistant director of social services, a magistrate, and Labour councillor, Alan Prescott, is ages 62. He was jailed for only 2 years for abusing up to 70 boys in a care home scandal for over a 30-year period. He was a superintendent of Tower Hamlets Children's Home. Now, he also made Jimmy Savile the head of another children's charity.
Shock. We think not.
Oh, fucking hell. Here's when the one-leg party activist gained the trust of a mother to let him babysit while showing pictures of himself with Tony and Sherry Blair.
Oh,
he pleaded guilty.
Tony in his face.
He pleaded guilty to 24 charges of sexual abuse and 2 counts of rape against a 4-year-old girl.
Oh my God. Honestly, that's just literally took the biscuit, mate. Like, this honestly, like, the fact that you've not even got, like, a quarter of the way through, like, never mind even a quarter, like, honestly, like, a tenth of the way through them lists, babe, literally shows what we're dealing with right now. Like, do you know what a lot of people are asking as well, and they're asking how they can get involved with you, like, and I'd like to know as well. Because I want to know, everyone wants to know how they can get involved with what you're doing. And
I will talk to you, Sam, because I am going to recruit a new team for the UK in 2021 that I do want people involved in. I did put a post up on Facebook saying I wanted 3 more people. Also, that will be like, I need people that are going to be active to help organise protests, put petitions and bills together, and also train up to go out on rescues.
Baby, you know you got me. Like, make it 2 more people.
If you want to know more, to message you, Samantha, because after this, obviously, this Instagram's going to have to go. It's got my kids' pictures on it. So I have to get on to do this live with you, and then try and set a new one up. So you've got me on WhatsApp anyway. I am going to be looking for people to help get involved in all different parts as well. We've also got Hype here as well. I can see him on. But is anyone else from the protectors on here that anyone can message? Because we need help with, obviously, protests, petitions, bills, and future rescues as well.
I'll tell you what, guys, listen, message me if you want to, and then what I'll do is I'll pass everyone on to Em.
Yeah, if they message you, and just put them forward to me. I am on Twitter,
by the way.
If I give you my Twitter, can you post the picture of my Twitter account when we come on?
Yes, babe.
So
of course I will.
If you message me directly, we've got Tammy on here as well. If you can see Tammy there, you can message her. Or if not, Samantha, if you post my Twitter account on your page, and then people can find me on Twitter, then you can send me a message then. Hopefully they'll let me keep this Twitter up. I did have a Twitter account. I had over 200,000 followers. They took it off me.
What? Mate, this is what you have to understand, guys. Think for yourself. Why are they trying to stop us? Why are they trying to silence Emily?
Why would you want to stop me? Why, if I'm lying and I'm not. Why aren't you going to come and arrest me for slander? Why am I still here being able to do this? Why are you just trying to shut me up? Do you know what I mean? Because I don't fucking like that. Obviously I get worried for my kids. But me, I'm not going to let them scare me off, and I won't let them shut me up. I'll always find a way to get names out there. I'll always find a way to let people know what's going on, because the public need to know what the fuck's happening.
Yes,
do you know what I mean?
Northerner right there, baby. True Northerner.
Might not be today, but it can tomorrow. You never know, because children are made to order. These attempted kidnaps and stuff, they're just what you know of. What about the ones you don't know of? Exactly. You've got to think of the ones that have been successful and they've covered up.
You're so right, babe. Honestly, I'm with you the whole way. Like, just know that you've got my name down on there, babe. But I actually think you're going to be inundated with people that are going to help. And I think, like I said to you, it's time to start a fucking army, mate. This is time now. And I know that there's so many people with fire in their belly that want to help. And that's why we have to do this now. This isn't just a one-man band no more, guys. This isn't Emily standing by herself. This isn't me standing by myself. This is about us being collective. This is only going to work.
I can remember 5 years ago. Now, I said, Lizzie, are you still on here? Lizzie's been a friend of mine for a long time. And she saw me when I first started off just doing the aid work in the camps. And I was more focused on the kids there as well, you know, and she's followed me and it's always been about the kids to me. Do you know what I mean? Because, Lizzie. So, Lizzie, can you remember when I used to do the lives and how these kids were living in there? I used to do lives on it. See this Lizzie Elia Kaiser here? She's she's been a friend of mine for about 10 years now. And, she's like, I started off doing aid work, and it was always about the kids there for me. It always has and it always will be about the kids. Yes. Do you know what I mean? Because they need us. We are their protectors. Just because they're not our children.
No, good, babe. They are our children, guys. Like Emily always says, like this, like whoever is their children is our children. Like we are all God's children. Do you know what I'm saying? Like this is actually us making sure that we. Emily, I absolutely adore this lady, like, and I'm so glad, guys, that I'm going to be able to share this. I'm going to be able to share this, and people are going to understand about how deep this goes. And it's because of people, whistleblowers like Emily. Are you mad? Like people like Wilfred Wong, like they're putting themselves out there. Like, what do you like? He says she ain't get no financial gain off this. Like, what do you think she's doing? Like, she's doing it because she gives a fuck.
I don't make a penny from it. Never have. I never take a penny from anything. I can't stand a profiteer. You know, how are you going to make money off the back of the child suffering? I just don't get it. I don't get these people. Do you know what I mean? When they're like, oh, yeah, I now own a charity. I'm like, okay, so what cut are you getting from that charity? That's why people say to me, why don't you set up a charity? I've had authors and publishers and stuff like approach me to make a book. And I'm like, no, because... But money,
babe, I think
can't.
You should though, you know, babe, and it's not for the money. But
it would be a free book, but I'd need 10 books out with what I know. It would have. I think I was saying it to Hype the other day, and I was like, I'd have to make 10 books. I couldn't just do one book. It'd have to be like a sequel. Do you know what I mean? Like, first time in Greece, this happens, and then you go, oh, and then in Italy, this happened, and then like, oh, this MP was involved. Like I told you before, Alec Atkins, do you know what I mean? Him and his little international ring, they've still got a hit on me years later. Like, how much money are you losing on that hit on me? Because you're not going to get me. Do you know what I mean? I'm fired up from, like, obviously the rescues that we've done. I've stabbed in the boob, I've stabbed in the arm, do you know what I mean? I've literally put my life there because I feel I have to. I don't want no one to say to me, oh, do you know what, I pay you this much money to go and do this rescue. I'll be like, no, you know what, donate that money to a charity and I'll go and do it anyway. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's it. But just be careful what charities you back.
Yeah, that's the thing. So I was just going to say that, because that's why I set up mine. And obviously, like, it was because I knew how corrupt things was. And I thought, for once, like, we actually need a good organisation who's actually gives a fuck. Like, do you know what I mean? Not taking the money and buying a fucking yacht with it. Taking the money and creating a free outreach therapy service for kids of the UK. Going over and creating safe houses and education pods in these like in the other countries, like where you go to, babe, because if we have these resources, like, corrupt everywhere, but if people like us can get on the ground and we can go and build these places, and unfortunately, like, we do fucking need money for that. I wish I could go and build fucking houses everywhere, like, and just do it, like, do you know what I mean? But things do cost money. But this is the thing, like, donating to like the Clinton Foundation, like fucking like Oxfam, like you said, like the UN, like it's an absolute, the UN peacekeepers, they rape kids, man, like on a daily basis, like wherever they go, into whatever country they're going, they're raping and selling kids. Like, this isn't a joke anymore. And that's why I feel, honestly, I wish you would write a book, and honestly I wish you would make a charity, just because I just know that you would actually do good with it. Literally.
No, I will. Like, obviously, when I said I want to set up a facility for a safe haven for care home children, or children that are living in a neglectful household or being abused in it, I want to make a safe haven for them to go. So obviously we do have a children's charity where we've got Ofsted approved childminders there that I will bring in and be able, if the child doesn't feel safe in a care home, instead of the police taking their statements and sending them back to that care home, they send them to us instead, where it's a safe haven, no one's going to touch them, and they actually get the support that they need, you know, because our system is children left, right and centre, and I can't sit back any longer and allow it. I won't. As a mom, as a human, just as a nice fucking person, I won't do it.
Starseed, mate. You're not a human, babe. We're from different dimensions. Like, trust me, we don't belong on here. Like, this place, the reason we come here, I believe, is to save this, and whatever we've ever been through is because it makes sure that we know that we don't want that to happen to someone else. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, instead of slicing someone up like a lot of other people do, we've gone, do you know what? Give me that brick, I'll make an house with it. Try and throw it at me again, take it out my face, I'll make another house with it. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, that's what we do, and that's what it's about. And honestly, like, if I had anyone on my Instagram, like, I fangirl over you, girl. Like, I'm just letting you know, like, I literally fangirl off you. I'm like, you don't know who Emily Clark is. I'm like telling my missus all the time. I'm like, you don't know about this girl. Like, she's actually amazing. Like, it's incredible. It really is.
I am going to set up a safe haven for these kids, and I just want somewhere where they can go and feel safe. You know, you've got kids out there that have got nowhere to turn. And an abused child will ever really only speak up once. If they're not believed when they speak up one time, that's it. They will remain silent, carry on being abused, carry on being neglected, and then as they get into adulthood, they will turn to hard drugs, drink, and just their life is gone. And I can't have it no more. We have so many homeless on the streets with that sort of background. Don't ever judge a homeless person without knowing their background, because majority of them are there because the system failed them.
Exactly.
And drugs, but you know what, that's because the system failed them. So don't look down upon them, look down upon the system who fucking done that.
Babe. When I went to volunteer at the because it's awful as well in the homeless shelter, like I wasn't allowed to go this Christmas because of fucking COVID, and literally I was just thinking to myself, so we're gonna stop all of these homeless people from having a fucking safe place at Christmas, like, and it's a joke because you just know, you know that these, you know as well as I do, there's probably gonna be less people on the street.
Nightingale Hospital and stuff, but that is 99.9% survival rate. But yet you can't set up places like that for our homeless. Why not? In the middle of freezing winter, and they're sleeping out there. You've got the Nightingale empty right now, but look at all the homeless in our streets. Go and put them homeless out of this fucking snow that I'm looking at. It's snowing out there. Do you know how much hypothermia is a killer to our homeless? Okay, I'm all about children, but you know what? I'm all about humanity as well. Do you know what I mean? And it's basic fucking human right to have a shelter out of the cold. We're in 2020 now. Do you know what I mean? There shouldn't be no... Look at all the hunger going on around the world. I really want to get to Yemen. I want to go to Yemen, right? Because obviously, I am a nurse. Like, I've got my nursing degree and stuff. I want to go over and help them babies over there that are starving, right? You've got the two richest countries right by Yemen. You've got Dubai, you've got Saudi Arabia.
And we're selling weapons to Saudi Arabia, babe. It's because of this country.
Why the hell have you got starving kids on your fucking doorstep? Where's the money going with these charities? You know, the charities that are there? Like, and they're saying, oh yeah, we're going to build a well in Africa. Why the fuck is there still starving kids in Africa then?
It takes $5 grand to build a school, mate.
Fucking money.
Yes, M for PM. Let's go. Let us all go for Prime Minister, mate. And I tell you, some shit will change big time. But we won't get in like that. It ain't gonna happen. Imagine.
You can imagine trying to stand as a Prime Minister, and all them fucking MPs are like, no.
They know.
This whole fucking world is just fucked up. It's absolutely, there's no humanity anymore. You've got we've got the 60 people that are watching this live have probably been watching from the start, and they've probably got humanity left in them because they're watching and they're probably feeling everything said on this live. But do you know what? How many millions of people have we got in this country, and yet loads of them just don't give a fuck to what is going on? This is what pisses me off. But yet they'll care about whether they're wearing a mask or not. Why don't you go and care about people in Parliament rather than me wearing a fucking mask? That's my problem. You're wearing your mask. You're protected.
I'm just dancing because I know this is just literally you're preaching to the choir, do you know what I mean? But I'm just loving it because I know that the way I go on my socials, when I post this, I'm going to be like, listen, there's fucking two of us now, so shut the fuck up. Honestly, do not test us. We are literally coming. We're coming for jugglers, mate. And we're going to take it. We really are. And when are you going to make this safe house? Because I know there's a hell of people that I'm going to be telling about this to make sure that we get you this ASAP.
February, in February, I am going to be doing a Birmingham protest, and I know they're saying, oh, tier 4 this, tier 4 that bullshit, right? At the end of the day, you know, when it's a congregational prayer, you're not stopping me. So all I have to do is open my protest with the Lord's Prayer. That's it. It's a congregational prayer. They can't stop it. So in February, it's going to be a Birmingham protest. We're going nationwide.
We're going to be like, preach him! Preach! We're like, sermon, fuck off! Oh,
But
literally, let me know the date of Feb. Let me know about everything that you're doing. Count me in as part of your 6 people that you need. But just know, like, I reckon we're going to have little Emily kind of like these organisations all over the country, because I'm guessing that there's a lot of people that are going to want to help here, babe. Like I said, like, you deserve the army behind you now. You
can help me with. I've got a lot of giveaways to give. So, you know, these Save Our Children t-shirts?
Oh,
I'm giving loads away. So, like, I don't know, you just tell people, you know, add as many people to my Twitter account, or share this post or share that post, and then you just randomly pick a person and just be like, there you go, t-shirt for you, and I'll post it out to them free of charge, just sending out the Save Our Children message. I've also got key rings, mugs and badges that I'll be giving away as well.
So. Yeah, baby. Right, we're gonna get this going, guys. Honestly, I love you, Jen. By the way, I know you're there, baby. I see you. This is very exciting, guys. Honestly, like, and it's about time now, because people keep turning up for the pro freedom, and
when it spreads, the better. Lizzie, you've been following me and being a good friend of mine for 10 years, so of course you've got one, darling. I'm not on Facebook though, so add my Twitter account, and then I'm sure I've still got your number there. Well, have a look. But Lizzie, you've got one.
I love this woman so much.
Anyone else? I'm just going to pick random people. Sam, they can message you, and you can just send me over like their addresses and stuff, and I'll send one over.
You know what I mean? Babe? People can put in some donations for this little place. So, babe, like, I'm telling you, your safe house, it needs to get built. Like, you know, people, even if they're giving like,
I won't take a penny. I won't.
But for the safe house, babe, I'm trying to, because so we can
we've got it covered. We don't do public funding because we'd rather spread awareness. We've got people there that cover a lot of that. It's fine. I just want to get these people spread enough awareness. That's it. So, Sophia Marie, you've got a t-shirt as well.
That's mine.
I'm just randomly picking.
Guys.
One's yours.
I was gonna say, babe, put me down on the list. But what I was gonna say is, if they message me, I'll just.
Got one, Sam. Like,
I need to wear them on my freaking when I'm doing my pro. Yes, babe. I need them when I'm doing my lives. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I need to get this out there as much as possible, babe. With you, like, trust me.
That we'll take though for the safe houses, and that's donations of children's clothes, children's shoes. You know, Beth, oh my God, Becky Olga, you're watching. You've got one, girl. Yeah, Becky Olga.
This girl is the bitch, I know.
Ones. Anyone else? We just need to share. Oh, Caterpillar, you've got one too. Right.
Yeah, that's Sarah. Sarah's amazing, babe. She did an interview with Ali as well, ex Odyssey. Like, she's using her platform for so much good. Like, honestly, she's someone who's very close to my heart, that girl. So, yeah. 100%. Like, we are there, babe.
We're always in need of like children's clothes, children's clothes, children's shoes, non-perishable foods as well. So like rice and pasta and stuff like that would be good.
Do you have somewhere that you can get me to send this to, babe? Because obviously I'll do a post after with your Twitter, and then if you give me an address where I can get people to donate to, I can add that on there as well.
Of that, yeah, definitely. It won't specifically be the safe house address. Obviously, I've got to keep protection in place, but I can give you somewhere it can be sent to.
Yeah, baby.
Oh, you have been honestly, I'm going to be gassed over this for years. I'm saying this as well.
I love you. You're the one that actually it inspires me, because people who are aware of what is going on and so awake that they want to do something, they want to spread awareness, and you contact the people like me to spread this awareness. You're what give these kids hope, because like I said 5 years ago, I'm screaming this out and no one's listening, but then you've got people like you who are listening and getting the word out, and So it's not my doing, it's your doing. Okay, I go out and do what I have to do, but you get the awareness spread.
I'm like,
Do you know
honestly,
what?
babe, all I ever think is that because of what I went through, I always think if a kid went through that, they wouldn't have survived. You know, like it just dawns on me about them things, and I just think I've got a duty of care now. Like I've got a duty of care, like to know about what I've seen, what I've been through. Like I know that this man's out now walking the streets. Like I can't just live with myself, babe. And honestly,
Just
to say like,
want people to be aware of your kids' surroundings.
yeah,
The nicest person ever can also be a narcissistic paedophile. A narcissistic paedophile is different from a paedophile. They're the
yes,
ones that will manipulate you, and they could actually turn you against your own child. They're very, very calculated and clever in what they do. The amount of cases I've come across, I mean, up to now, I've had social services pay out 12 women compensation for their negligence and their wrongful removal of their children because of a narcissistic paedophile being around. It's absolutely sickening on how they work. It's like RMPs and counsellors, they're all narcissistic paedophiles.
and
These
they
are the
blame the
ones.
kids, don't they, babe? Like they get the parents to blame the kids, but they're like, no, why would he do that? Like, and then they actually blame the kids. Like I've actually heard stories like that myself, babe, and it's heartbreaking. Like, are you
Yeah.
just why the fuck? Well, it's so hard for anyone to come forward anyway. Like, never mind a kid. Like, Jesus.
When a child tells you they're being abused, believe them.
Believe them 100, babe. Honestly.
A child can make up something like they could say, "Oh, this is red, but really it's yellow." They'll lie about something like that, or they'll take a sweet and say they didn't take a sweet. A child is not going to know about abuse unless they've seen it. They're not going to know about someone touching their body parts unless someone's touched their body parts.
Exactly.
They're not just going to go out with it.
They don't know
Always
about
just
stuff
be
like that.
surroundings as well. If your child's acting differently, like if they've gone really closed up in themselves, if they start lashing out, it's like care home children when they run away over 100 times. Instead of labeling them a troubled child, why don't you look deeper into why they're running away? Obviously, there's a reason there why they're fucking running away.
Yes, babe.
So,
exactly. Oh, babe, I love you so much. Like, I don't even know what time it is because I just know that, like,
so much now, you know.
no, babe. Honestly, I honestly, like, you're the one person that I would listen to all day and all night, and I would honestly advise anyone else to as well. But, babe, send me all the things that you need, guys. Inbox me your addresses so that Em can send you the t-shirts.
Anyone
send me a Twitter.
Inbox, you've got a t-shirt. Anyone else after that, you can have, I don't know, like a mug and a key ring, or I'll just do random things.
You're so beautiful, babe. You're so beautiful. Honestly, and please send me a Twitter. Please send me the safe house where people can send perishables and donations to. And honestly, babe, like just always, every single day, please look in the mirror. Huh?
So if you know Easter, if we'll do a call out for Easter eggs and everyone can send one Easter egg, you know, just build up for the kids and stuff. We never ask for money, it's always different donations that we need. Money's not really the issue. I mean, it's stuff that actually needs, toys, clothes, but books are a big one, you know, because they don't really want to speak, so books will help them speak. But please no Disney books. We try and stay away from Disney.
Yeah, we don't do Disney around here. No pagans allowed. Oh, you're amazing, babe.
Yeah, anyone watching, because obviously you probably watched from the start, as my way of thanking you for listening and actually believing in what's happening in the world. You know, just Sam and I will actually send you something out to support with, you know. It is our original logo, the Protectors logo. That's what we call ourselves, the Protectors, because we will protect these kids till the dying breath. Like I said, you know, they can silence, they can take away my voice online, but they can never take my passion away. That's one thing they'll never fucking take. Do you know what I mean? Take my voice, but never take my passion. But either way, I will always still find a voice to get it out there. 2021, all of these sitting MPs, let's be sitting there shaking, because if they're sitting there watching this live now, which obviously they probably have like 1 or 2 millions watching because
Fuck
I'm
you,
followed like.
Zuckerberg!
That means I'm coming for you, and you won't scare me. I used to have 2 cars sitting outside my house when I was doing exposures every week. 2 cars would sit outside my house. Do you know what I mean? I'd go out to them and they'd drive off. I've had the military intelligence on my case. I've had counter-terrorism on my case. I've had police on my case. I've got a big case going on where I was attacked in a bad way right now. So what with that, I'm worried because I think that might get dropped with what I do. If that does, you know what? So be it. I will continue rescuing kids. I don't care what pain I have to go through. Do you know what I mean? It's not going to stop me. Because
and that's why we need to do it all with you now, babe. Like, trust me, there's so many people that want to step up and I felt the same like 5 years ago, like when I was talking about human trafficking. I felt like I was by myself, and it's funny because I actually said that when I did the speech at Save Our Children. I was like, I felt like I was by myself, and for the first time last year when I started to meet everyone and find people like yourself, I was like, fuck, I'm not alone. And it like just lifted my spirits, because as a survivor, like, it's people don't listen to you sometimes, and I just think, like, because of people like you, like, we have a voice, like, we're believed, like, and because of you, like, people know about satanic ritual abuse. And you know, it's only this year I thought I should say about it, because I just was so riddled with guilt and thinking people would think I was crazy and stuff. And it's just nice to know that there's people like you out there, and honestly, there really is. Like, you need to know that.
Remember that when people say to me, "Oh, I feel like I'm not doing nothing. How can I do more?" I'm like, even just by sharing one hashtag Save Our Children, you're doing more than you think, because that's an extra few people seeing that and then doing their own research and looking into that. Everyone in their own way is doing their part, and you know what? I'm so thankful that the world is waking up to what's going on, because
it is, babe.
I've got a voice. They're speaking out, like, we're speaking out for them, and there's hope. You know, when people are speaking, it shows there's hope. And when there's hope, there's an outcome. There's always an outcome, and hopefully a positive outcome. Like I said, it is so deep. Child abuse is so rife now. It's probably never going to end, but we can lessen it, and we can save as many kids as we possibly can.
We can prevent it.
I mean, the tunnels, like, I want to go, like, the tunnels, I won't delve into the park now, because I know exactly where spots are of the tunnels. I know where openings of these tunnels are. If I was to publicly come out with that, that's when you're suicided, basically. Let's just say it straight, they'll suicide you off. I can't go into certain aspects I really want to publicly, for my own and my kids' safety as well. But one thing I will say is, we are sitting on tunnels. The whole UK is on tunnels. We're sitting on tunnels, and they are thousands of miles beneath us, and kids are being taken through their tunnels. When someone says to me, "Oh, there's tunnels under the commons," and like, you can go into a room and go down to the tunnels, it's not. They are thousands and thousands of miles beneath us, but they're there, and there's kids in there. There's a lot of sick happenings in there. There's interbreeding in there. There's a lot of stuff. But if I could speak out more about it, I would, but I can't.
That's what Thing is speaking about, babe, Ali, about the tunnels, and that's why she has to go on the run every day. Like, she's literally going on the run every day. Like, they are trying to censor you, by the way, because they keep, like, cutting you off and stuff. Like, honestly, like, but we knew they'd do this, guys.
Start talking tunnels, they'll start fucking about with the feed. It always happens. But Mark Zuckerberg as well, I have got a lot of people on to look deep into him as well. He's an adrenochrome junkie. He's addicted to adrenochrome.
You can tell he fucking had the same mask on as, like, Jeffrey Epstein's Island. It's like, this shit isn't fucking coincidental, mate. Ellen DeGeneres.
Where the fuck is Ghislaine Maxwell and all her evidence? Where's that come?
What the fuck is she, bro?
You know what I mean? Like, where the fuck is all of this? You've got to think, where is it? But let me just tell you, like, they can try and censor me as much as they want. It won't stop me from doing what I do. And obviously, like, I know in the end they probably will come for me, but you know what? I'm ready and I'm fucking waiting. And that's why I got my dog. Do you know what I mean? Because it's just a little bit of protection around the house and stuff. But at the end of the day, I'm not suicidal. I mean, fucking hell, after all the shit I've seen and been through, I will just put out there, I am a victim of trafficking when I was younger. But I don't talk about that much. I am a victim. And if that didn't kill me, if that didn't kill me, what I've seen and done doesn't kill me, nothing will.
Oh,
So
I'm so glad you shared that, babe. I never wanted you to do that for you. I'm just so grateful that you have, because I just think people will understand where your fire comes even more from that, you know. I'm so proud to know you. And I love your kids. They're in the background. I'll be like, oh, yes, they're so wild and free. I love it. You are amazing, honestly. I don't think it's really hard for me to tell you how amazing you are, but I just hope you look in the mirror every day and just dust yourself off, man. Keep your head high, because your crown can never fall off, because you're a fucking queen on a different level.
I actually spoke publicly about my childhood, not properly, but I was trafficked younger. Come in, yeah. Tell him to go to bed now. I'll come in.
Oh, you're amazing. I'm so glad. I feel like it's a really good place to kind of finish on that as well, and just let the world know that this is where your strength and your power comes from. You're fucking amazing. I knew yours is the only live I've really proper, like, I've nearly streamed, babe, because for me, like, meeting you, I haven't even met you yet, but I mean, just speaking to you when I first spoke to her, I was like, this girl is so special. There's something about you that is so special and infectious that just makes me just want to help and know you. Like, and I know I'm not the only one that feels that way either, babe. So please just know that, because you're fucking amazing, mate. And I'm going to make sure the world knows your name. I am going to make sure I can do everything I can to get you out there, and your beautiful face, your beautiful smile, and your beautiful presence. Thank you so much, babe, for taking this time to come on tonight.
Yeah, no problem.
You're actually killing me.
A bit chaotic right now. I've had a little bit of a little breakdown right now, so it just shows I have to come off a bit, because I will continue to just break a bit. But yeah, I just want everyone to keep supporting and just keep spreading enough awareness as possible. Just always be careful who you follow in Save Our Children campaign, because some aren't in it for the right reasons either. You know, you do have some very malicious profiteering people, and some people who aren't as genuine as you think. You've just got to obviously watch their expressions, and watch how much, like, you see whether their passion is there, or there's a difference between passion and ego. Do you know what I mean? People need to leave their egos at the door when it comes to this, because it's not about your fucking ego. It's about saving kids and kids only.
Mate, I come on with my do-rag on and my little bonnet on and everything. I come on with my little hair mat on the other day. I was like, mate, I got my tinfoil hat on, my neck here. But yeah, babe, you're so true. And I think real recognises real, and that's why I'm just grateful that I was able to get you on your first, like, live on Instagram, like, with this. I know you're going to make another one for Alex Rose Betts. So guys, please make sure, as soon as she has her other account up, I'm going to post it everywhere. But yeah, just know that Emily is, I'm going to post her Twitter, and I'm going to post how you can send donations. And just know, like, if we was all doing what Emily was doing, bun the Satan out of this world, like, that's when we'd make change.
A better place, wouldn't it?
Yeah, mate, honestly. So honestly, your inspiration, your guidance, like, you are a defined feminine energy, babe, that is leading away, and I'm grateful to be part of that army with you, mate. So honestly, so much love and respect for you. So much love.
Yeah. And you, and everyone else as well, you know. So yeah, post my Twitter. Anyone needs a t-shirt, mug, pin, badge, or anything like that, just send you a message. I'll get them sent out. And yeah, I'm probably just going to be sticking on Twitter. And do you know, this account, I might just delete all the kids' pictures and keep this account and change all, like,
good idea, babe. The fact you got on here, like, might be a little godsend, like, do you know what I mean? A little sign to be like, yeah.
But the thing is, then, how long for? How long?
Literally, I'll make sure you fucking save it and upload it to documents and put it on a hard drive, guys. That's what I'm about to do with their stuff now.
Can someone send, like, if anyone's, like, had this recorded or anything, I need it.
Babe, I'll send you this. I can send you it. I'll download. What I'll do is, I'm trying to think how I can get it to. I can either send you the link, or like I can download it and then upload it to Dropbox or something for you, or Google Drive, and then send it to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi,
Okay,
that gives me them.
Oh God! Don't jinx us, boy.
But yeah, I'm gonna take everything off this Insta, and I'm gonna change all the details. We use it as a Save Our Children account. See how long I can keep doing lives for, because I'm gonna need to, because 2021, like I said, all these MPs are coming out. They've got until February. Boris Johnson's got until February. Can't clear your name. I'm coming for you, you dirty fucking monster. That's it. Sorry.
Can you do your live with Alex tomorrow, please, so that just in case?
Yeah,
because she's got 90,000 people, babe, that we can get out to. Do you know what I mean? And you need to get out there. That's the thing. Like, people need to know who the fuck you are, babe. Like, honestly, on a different scale. I know that you'll be able to guide a lot.
I just want people to know what's happening.
Yeah.
I want people to know all these names, all of these assholes. I want people to know their names. My name's irrelevant. Like, I just call me the protector. You don't even call me the protector. I'm nobody. I'm just someone that needs to get this awareness out. Becky, you're a friend of mine on my account, lovely. So once it goes on, you'll get the notification anyway. Anyone else want to follow me? I can't accept you right now because I need to get rid of all the pictures. Once I've got rid of all the pictures, if you send a request, I'll accept you once they're all gone. But obviously, I do have to protect my children's faces, and they are all on this. So once I've got rid of them all, you can add on, and probably I'll just stick with this and Twitter as well. So yeah, I think we'll cut it.
Let's get Twitter everywhere, guys. We need to get it everywhere. Get 200k back.
You know what, Samantha, can I just thank you for your passion, your acceptance and everything, because people like you that make people like me do this as well and make it worth it. Because with me, every person I can wake up and let people know like what's going on, that's just another trophy in my eyes to me. Do you know what I mean? I'm so blessed to have known you, and you contacted me, and I feel great
that you can't get rid of me now, mate.
But you know what, honestly, and every single person who supports and follows as well, honestly, no one can do any of this if it's not for you, because your support goes a long way. It makes it able for me to do what I do, because without the shares and without the follows and stuff, my voice is falling on deaf ears. But the more people that you're speaking to is the more people that will sign these bills. It's more people that will sign the petitions. It's more people that will come to these protests.
Marches, yeah.
I've got nothing against people who protest, but there is more to protesting. You can protest until the cows come home. You're not going to make change.
Yeah.
You need to protest to wake people up to get the bills and petitions that you want to make. So the changes you want made, that's when you've got to do the protest and let people know. When you're there and you're speaking, I've done protests like a lot. When you're speaking, you need to let people know there's going to be this petition, there's going to be this bill. Are you ready to sign it? Are you ready to fight? Are you ready to petition for this one MP who's just raped a 3-year-old child to get out of his seat? Yes, sign it, done. And that's it. You need to make change. You can post. I mean, you can post, you can petition. Post and protest, but change comes in the signatures. It comes in the numbers. People need to be speaking out and saying, no, this is enough. We need more survivors to speak out. We need more victims of these high profilers to get the confidence and the safe haven to come out and speak their story, not to be slapped with a gag and order, not to be threatened to be put in prison like poor Ellie Williams, where she was groomed, and where did she end up? She spoke out. I mean, have you seen the evidence on that girl? Look at her body.
Look at what happened to the poor girl, man. Like, how can she be put in this place?
Well, like the back in MP I've just outed, he's involved in child sex crimes and he's still an MP in Barrow and Furness. This just goes to show. Ellie Williams, I will continue to support her, because what she went through is what I've seen kids go through, and it's not nice. So at the end of it, come here, Donald. Your blanket? Yeah. Okay. I'd get her to say hello, but I don't hardly know her.
No, babe, don't worry. No, I'll keep her off the Instagram anyway as well, like you said, like kind of thing. But just know that like your kids are our kids too, babe, and I'm just so happy that they've got a powerhouse woman like you.
Hello. Hello.
Hi,
Yay.
babes. What a little darling. We want you to be Prime Minister.
You want me to be Prime Minister?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah,
boy.
Song. Hey, heroes, leave our kids alone.
Hey.
Leave our kids alone. Yes.
Hey.
Yeah, they sing it all around the house. Ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Hey!
Hey! Pedos! Leave that alone! I love you.
Young, haven't you? Because you know what? They'll be taking over from me.
Yeah,
isn't it?
That's what I say about my kids, mate. Do you think that we're summit? Wait till you see our little youth them. Yeah, I got no clue. I love it.
Oh, leave our kids
alone. You heard, Boris. Leave us alone. You heard the little one. He spoke.
But you know what? Like they are little fighters. They're crazy and they drive me absolutely up the wall. But you know what? I wouldn't have them any other way. But when they're fostering, that's the thing with me as well. I just know I'm going to foster. I'm going to I probably won't even foster. I'll probably adopt after. I'll be like, I'm not letting the kid go. I'll adopt it. You know, but.
And it's beautiful because that young girl calls you mum now, doesn't she? Ending it on a high. That young girl who you actually is now in Oxford.
Yeah, she's in Oxford. She's doing law. And basically, I mean, how old would I have been if I had her now? She's 18. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, basically, she calls me mum. I've got an 18-year-old stepdaughter. She calls me mum and she thanks me every single time I speak to her for changing her life and and you know what? I always say to her, it should be me thanking you because you made me the person I am today. Everything you do makes me proud because it shows it's worth it. You know, your life is worth it. Every child's life is worth it. You never know how they're going to be. So,
big up yourself as well. I've just seen Jenny say that she raised 3 since 19 that weren't hers. This is what I mean, man. It costs nothing to be a good person, guys. Like, it actually doesn't. And I think that's what we have to remember. Like, it's not profit, it's people. Like, that's what we have to be looking at now going into the future. Yeah, we need money, of course we do, to survive, but we need to make sure that whatever we're doing with our money is actually adding value to this world. Like, that's what it's about. So honestly, I honestly love you. I know you don't know me, but I love you so much. Like, the love I have for you is just
there's an orb. There's an orb.
It's weird. I had an orb when I spoke at Alex's. It actually come out my ear and it looked a bit like a 6, and it was really weird. It went like this on the thing. So yeah, that's my best friend, that Jenny. And someone else has said an orb as well. Yeah, sometimes these things happen. I can imagine they would be around us right now. You know, we are protected in ways that you will never know. So yeah, I'll love you and leave you because I know that you can go and see your little babies now. And yeah,
get them to bed. I'm bloody shattered.
send me all the details, babe, so I can post it now as well, my love. And thank you, Emily. Like, I honestly, from the bottom of my heart, I'm so grateful for you.
You have got an orb.
I have.
Yeah.
You can see it. Which side is it?
This side. No, it is. Yeah. It's following you.
Really?
It's attached to you.
Is it?
It's attached to you.
It's a good orb. It's a good
orb. It's good. Orbs are actually good. Orbs are really, really good.
Oh,
like honestly, they're just angels around you. Yeah, that side where you are now, you just looked at it.
Really?
Yeah, spiritual, but I'm very spiritual as well. But you have got an orb there on you. It's attached to you. It's attached to you. You can see it. Like, it's proper attached to you. It's there.
Really? Oh my God! Stop it, babe.
It is. It is. You can see. You can see eyes on it. That's how it's attached to you.
Oh my God. Oh, I love you, babe. Even more for just seeing that now. Guys, honestly, please just know that this isn't going to be the last you hear of Emily. You're going to hear me scream her name every damn day. And I am going to post her stuff. But Emma, I thank you again, babe, for coming on. And please send me the stuff. And just know that without you in this world, the world wouldn't be as bright as it is, babe. So thank you for shining your light.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me on. And hopefully we'll do a one soon.
Oh, definitely, babe. I can't wait when we're putting Boris in jail.
Oh, yes. But do you know what? Boris deserves to be in jail with his wife. His wife deserves to be in jail as well. She's a satanic little bitch here. Very bad.
I'm telling you, 100. And we're going to be the people that make these things happen, babe. So thank you again for being the empress and the high priestess that you are and showing us the way. And yeah, just leading us into battle, babe, because we're ready to fight now.
I've got someone who's got a little coffee shop that we can have a lock in as well. So
nice.
Whenever you
I know because you're in Brum, aren't you? Well, let's meet up next week, babe, if you're free.
Yeah, definitely. Message me. Let me know. We'll go out for some coffee.
Love you. I can't wait. Okay, guys. I hope
we'll all just go out and get on the piss. Okay.
Guys, send me. I do ginger shots nowadays, babe. I told you, don't give me a bevy, mate. If we go on live and we've had a bevy, people are in trouble. Right? But yeah, guys.
I see people saying Save Our Children. Can everyone spam this live with hashtag Save Our Children? Hashtag Save. Keep hashtagging it. You know,
always.
Let's get it all out.
And also send me your addresses for so that Em can send you the t-shirts, guys, as well.
Yeah, t-shirts, and also Sam will post my Twitter account. But this account, I will get rid of everything and change it onto a Save Our Children account as well. Thank you all for watching. I am going to go. Samantha, you're absolutely amazing. Bloody lovely to be.
I love you. Okay, guys, have a good evening. Okay, my love.
Yeah,
always, baby, always. Take care, babe. I love you. I love you so much. Save Our Children, guys, all the way. We are one in this.
Take care. Love you so. Keep supporting. See you later.
Take care, beautiful. I'll message you.
I get off. Oh, God.
Bye, darling. Bye, babe. Oh, bye, lovelies. I hope you all have a great evening. All right. I'll upload it, so don't worry. It'll be there forever. Goodbye. Oh.